no rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
Welcome to the Charleston Gaillard Center's virtual series, Lowcountry Listens. I'm Richard Todd, host of the Morning Buzz on 105.5 The Bridge, and I'm thrilled to be a part of this initiative showcasing local emerging artists. Tune in each week to enjoy an incredible performance in the beautiful Martha and John M. Rivers Performance Hall. Lowcountry Listens is presented in part by First National Bank. The Gaillard Center would like to thank them for their generous support of this program. We would also like to thank our Lowcountry Listens media partners, 105.5 The Bridge and the Charleston City Paper. Tonight's performance is Muscle Memory, Poetry and Jazz with Marcus Amaker and Quentin Baxter. Marcus was named Charleston's first poet laureate in 2016. He's also an award-winning graphic designer, an accomplished electronic musician, the creator of a poetry festival, and a mentor to hundreds of students. His poetry has been featured by PBS NewsHour, South Carolina Public Radio, Huffington Post, A&E Network, Charleston Magazine, and more. In 2019, he won a Governor's Arts Award. His poetry has been studied in classrooms across the country and has been interpreted for ballet, jazz, modern dance, opera, and theater. His latest book is The Birth of All Things. Quentin E. Baxter is a Grammy Award-winning musician and producer, educator, and composer. Educated in the public schools of Charleston County and graduate of the College of Charleston, Baxter cultivated his musical talents under the wings of regional legends and mentors, Robert Ephraim, Oscar Rivers Jr., Lonnie Hamilton III, George Kenny, David Maves, Teddy Adams, and Delbert Felix. Currently touring worldwide with Grammy Award-winning Ranky Tanky and multi-Grammy-nominated vocalist and composer Renee Marie, Baxter regularly performs many prestigious venues and festivals. Please welcome Marcus Amaker and Quentin Baxter.
Did you know that poets are superheroes? We have a godlike grasp of language and the power to transform any emotion into alliteration. We sit with sadness until it spins out of silence onto paper. We craft confessional poems with the spark of a metaphor. In the speed of a comet, we are saviors of sonnets. Protectors of expression, if there is no answer, poets, we write down the question. Did you know that poets are rappers? Sometimes we'll rhyme in standard time where every other line is a rhythmic sound. We'll bring you in with the stroke of a pen and make you believe every word is profound. Our books are bound to be mirrors of thought. Transparent voices for hidden pain. In spoken word poets, we scream so loud our voices become melodic refrains. Did you know that poets are mathematicians? We solve puzzles with wordplay using couplets of description. We obsess over scores for slam competitions. We carefully count syllables when right ting haikus. We painstakingly pick out 6-line patterns for sestinas. There's palindromes, pantoons, villanelles, and prose. Poems are meticulously and miraculously mapped out like calculus. Did you know that poets are astronauts? We can be weightless with writer's block or gridlocked with gravity. We'll take our words from the page to the stage to the planets, from an abstract idea to the proof of new galaxies where synonyms become stanzas, then satellites of sound. Welcome to the United States of addiction. In this country, your smartphone holds more meaningful moments than your memory. Here, social media is social justice, and history is a hashtag for broken screens to get their fix. Here, fame doesn't lead to fortune, just first world problems, echo chambers for people at war with themselves. In the United States of addiction, the Declaration of Independence isn't for independent people, the quiet-minded who mind their own business. In this country, you can be an activist by just being active on your phone, retweeting revolutionary wars. Thumbprints of repetition, standing up for something without getting up from your couch, just self-indulgent shouts with a global view, but boomerangs of wisdom from a bedroom in your house. This is a patriotic poem. Welcome to the United States of anxiety. In this country, society tells us our credit should be straight while selling us the crooked path of commercialism, brother. Here, citizens take CBD oil between awkward conversation and the constant chatter of the mind. Boredom is not an option. Silence is not sustainable. In the United States of anxiety, TikTok spoons with insomnia. We swipe up and get out of bed. Wide awake with sleepy minds, then daydream of FOMO and flat screens. The American dream. This is a patriotic poem. Welcome to the United States of assumptions. In this country, the color of your skin allows automatic privilege. Land, money, power, health, monuments, legacy, generational wealth. Here, anything unfamiliar is dangerous. Anyone who disagrees with you is the devil. In the United States of assumptions, any poet who speaks about injustice must be an Obama-loving, hip-hop bumping, tree-hugging, emotional, heartbeat-pumping soul of a man. On the surface, that may be true about me, but there's many more layers for you to see. Welcome to the United States of aggression. In this country, we freely walk over broken bones in the basement of buildings built by the kidnapped and enslaved. Here, we walk on beautiful landscapes and dance on graves. Welcome to America, a walking contradiction. This is a patriotic poem. All right, so these poems are in my latest book. It's called The Birth of All Things, and the concept of this book and project came to me after I heard my daughter's heartbeat for the first time. So I ended up sampling the heartbeat and making an album out of it, an electronic album. And The Birth of All Things, that title came to me because I obviously had joy, like overwhelming joy, but I also had some anxiety. I also had fear. All types of emotions came to me. So the birth of all things refers to all of the emotions that come with being a parent. But after the electronic album was finished, I decided to keep this concept and turn it into a book. And this was one of the first poems I wrote for the book. It's called Sleep When the Baby Sleeps. Sleep when the baby sleeps, they say, as if sleeping is a switch easily turned on, especially when all of your mind's power is being used for the electricity of fatherhood, especially when you know that a dad could be a god, but you are a feminist, especially when your daughter's breathing could brush the quiet off of a cloud, but you keep checking for storms through weather-worn insomnia. What if a baby is a poem? Ask me to sleep through that, where every breath is a mirror fog writing itself through unstable, forgetful darkness, and each mind twitch is a pen stroke. No matter what happens, the words will be written, a mouth will be fed, a woman will be born, a person will be an echo, and your eyelids will be heavy with daylight. And I broke the book up in a few sections, and the first part of the book are baby poems, or poems about what it's like to be a dad. And this is one of my favorite ones that I wrote in this section. I was thinking a lot about how, as adults, we learn to judge ourselves when we look at ourselves in the mirror. We're looking at ourselves, but we're thinking about what we looked like when we were younger, or we're trying to fix what we immediately see, or we're seeing age and being fearful of that. So me being around an 8-month-old, when she looks at herself in the mirror, it's nothing but wonder, it's nothing but joy, curiosity, and I think that that's something that we have lost. This is about that. It's called High Definition. Looking at you is like looking into a mirror that is yet to be cracked. You see yourself clearly. No words for the light or the off-white glow you will be judged for. No need to clean the smudge, check for vanity, or constantly wonder what's in the rear view. And that line in that poem, Off-White, refers to the fact that she is an interracial baby. Interracial, I guess, is a term that is going to be put on her. This poem is called The America I Know Could Use a Good Cry. And the concept of this piece came to me when I was thinking about what it would be like to have a conversation with America if America walked into a bar. And also having sympathy for America, thinking about all of the things, all the energies that we've actually put onto a country that is supposed to be for all. A lot of America's children have messed up the original concept. So this is about that. I met America at a neighborhood bar. He offered me a shot of rum, and I reminded him that Captain Morgan was a slave owner, so the bartender awkwardly slipped another liquid lie down my throat. I ordered another drink and was channeled by dark spirits, the courage of black ghosts who haunt American dreams. I told him I loved him, and I wanted him to sleep well. But I know I've been in your nightmares, I said. I want to be your friend, but only if it's a deep relationship, only if you show me that you are not scared of your baggage. Bring your whole history to the table. America cracked open another beer as a tear ran down his face. He said, I was born in a house not my own, and my fathers demanded that their portraits hang on every wall. White paint covers each brown brick, and our backyard is a museum of unmarked graves. Despite this, a garden grows, I said, and every home can be torn down and rebuilt again. But I've been told I shouldn't completely let you in, he said. Some people in my family stand in the doorway, blocking the entrance. He left before I could tell him that my people have a history of finding ways inside broken spaces and making them whole again. And I'm going to do one more poem. This is all in the new book, and this poem is just about Black music and Black culture. It's called Black is the New Black. And a little trivia, the title of this was the last project that Prince was working on before he passed. Black music is greater than or equal to the blues. It's Bessie Smith as empress of analog emotion, B.B. King's personified guitar string, Big Mama Thornton's hound dog voice divine and bourbon foot stomp. Black music is hip hop. The pre-digital sound cloud that takes us high and rising, record break spin with juice and gin. Native tongue lingo and trap, it's rhapsody, 808, boom bap, all beats, hi-hats and hand claps, streams of black thought and bass heavy flow. Black music is the banjo, a lost history untold by radio, sold from West Africa to the minstrel show. It's frying pans and animal skin, pig ankle strut and jug stomp the echoes of Uncle John Scruggs' clawhammer roots as Rhiannon Giddens and Dom Flemons retell the truth and hold the flag. Black music is jazz. Alice Coltrane and her hands plucking sound, Max Roach and his feet to the ground, up and down between dust, kick, and snare, Jeff Parker and the Chicago skyline pushing the limit of improvisation, sample, and soul. Black music is rock and roll. It's Big Joni and riot vibration, fishbone feedback in full living color. The music of a people, the pulse of its heart, a house that was built by Sister Rosetta Tharpe. I wrote this next poem about usually being the only black person in the space in many of the spaces that I find myself in. It is a lonely place to be, but it's something that I think a lot of people of color deal with, especially here in Charleston. It's called Copy Paste. I have always been the thing that's not like the other. The analog touch through digital screens, the bougie drink at a neighborhood dive, the black ink bringing anxious poems to a comfortable white sheet of paper. So it would make sense to be the only brown body shopping on busy streets, walking past peach skin mannequins that wear rainbow-colored threads staring out from storefront windows stuck to each other in a copy and paste culture void of color. When was the last time a mannequin had an expressive face behind the mask? Behind the blank, glossy-eyed barrier of a window glass, when was the last time you saw a black man stand strong and unashamed with his dark, holy featured center-framed in a bleached-out world fully aware of being the blurred-out version of his true self? I am a free token for closed minds who are broke with blind eyes. A splash, a cool glass for the sun's predictable clash with Charleston streets. I am the man without a mirror, unable to look at himself in a place surrounded by the water's reflection, someone who is always seen as the other. In a copy and paste culture void of color. I'm looking for memory coordinates instead of road maps through familiar places. I'm looking to unravel headphone cords in a wireless world. I'm looking for flesh-colored band-aids that match my skin tone. I'm looking to not be so alone.
Thank you for performing for us today. We hope everyone out in the Lowcountry and our new virtual community enjoyed today's performance. You can hear more from me during the Morning Buzz on 105.5 The Bridge, weekday mornings from 6 until 10 a.m. And to view full Lowcountry Listens performances and learn about upcoming artists, visit GaillardCenter.org. We look forward to seeing you again soon.